So earlier today, we heard from Trump's Attorney General, William Barr. He did some testimony on the Mueller report and his version of the Mueller report and why he came to the conclusions that he had come to, i.e. Trump not doing obstruction of justice and, of course, saying that, well, hey, look, you can't do obstruction of justice. And he was completely cleared by Mueller on collusion. Now, he wasn't completely cleared on obstruction. And so a lot of Democrats actually pointed that out, including, and this is somebody that I don't give a lot of credit to, ranking member of the Senate Judiciary Committee, Dianne Feinstein. Now, Feinstein had asked whether President Donald Trump had obstructed justice by asking White House counsel Don McGahn to change his accounts of his efforts to remove special counsel Robert Mueller. Now remember, he wanted McGahn to, he wanted Mueller removed, of course. And so he wanted McGahn basically to lie to Mueller about the reasons. And then McGahn says, no, I'm not going to lie for you. I'm going to tell the truth. And that's why I can't represent you anymore. Like, you want me to lie for you, I'm not going to lie for you. So now I want to show Feinstein asking this question to Barr, and we'll get his response. Take a look.
You still have a situation where a president essentially tries to change the lawyer's account in order to prevent further criticism of himself.
Well, that's not a crime.
So you can, in this situation, instruct someone to lie?
The answer would be, from Barr, absolutely. I mean, that is basically what he's saying. Well, I mean, look, the original thing is not a crime, so if you instruct people to lie about it, even though it's not a crime, then it's also not a crime, the lying. Lying to Congress, lying to everybody, lying to the investigators. Not a crime. Not a crime. I mean, yes, you're lying and basically committing what, like perjury or something. You're basically not telling the truth in official investigations. To Barr, that's like, oh, no, it's fine. No, lie. You can have people instructed to lie as long as you actually didn't get found of committing an actual crime earlier. Well, now, wait a minute here. Lying to Congress is a crime. And, of course, social media had a lot of things to say about this. So let's go to that. Sugar Plum says, you directed McGahn twice at home to fire Mueller. Then you directed McGahn to create a false record. Barr's personal opinion is presidents can't obstruct, which is not the law. Barr is a liar. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And what this entire thing was is basically, William Barr saying, or just admitting that, yeah, you know what? I'm out here defending President Trump. That's my whole purpose. That's my job. And this is what I was put here to do. And I'm going to do it by saying, oh no, lying to Congress, not a crime. Nothing is a crime. There's no crime here. You can instruct people to lie. You can lie yourself. It's okay. It's okay. As long as there was no collusion and there's no collusion. So obviously everything we're doing strictly above board, which is not true. It's not true. It's not true. That itself was a lie. Now, Joanna said Barr is there to protect the Republican goal of one-party minority rule. He is a slightly less ethical McGahn. That's it. He can't be corrupted or co-opted by Trump because he was corrupt on day one. Again, going back to the point of the whole idea of William Barr being appointed as Attorney General was to do exactly this. To lie, to do the cover-up of a crime, the cover-up of a lie, etc., by lying more. And he has been, so far, successful. Asha Rangappa says, this is one of the most stunning moments in today's hearing. The fact that Senator Feinstein didn't have a crystal clear rebuttal to Barr's blatantly false statement was unbelievable. Honestly, I'm not sure what anybody would say at this point. I mean, he's just like, yeah, not a crime. You can go ahead and instruct people to lie. That's fine. Well, no, wait a minute. No, you can't. That's insane. That's insanity. Brittany Artist says, Barr is going with the Rudy defense. Crime's not a crime. See, I almost forgot that Rudy Giuliani had actually said this before. No, crime is not a crime. Really? It's amazing. They're so shameless. There's more. Andy Slavitt says, a breathtaking moment that will speak for the Trump era. Pisach Pace Latin says, Attorney General William Barr said that it's not a crime for President Trump to ask an aide to perjure himself, except that it is. 18 U.S. Code 1622, subornation of perjury. It is a crime. Joyce Celine says, this is the low bar the administration sets for the president. Anything short of a criminal act is okay. If Trump isn't held accountable, this would become the standard going forward, which would diminish us. It would essentially put the president above the law. More, April Thompson says, Trump ordering McGahn to fire Mueller is not obstruction. Trump also ordering McGahn to change his testimony is not a crime. Removing a counsel for conflict is not the same as firing. Damn, wasn't Orwell spinning in his grave or what? Yep. Doxed but not out says, Barr's in a legal and political death spiral, and he's taking Trump down with him as he testifies before the Senate Judiciary Committee. And so, Press on Forward says, we have reached the bottom, folks. The liar in chief was caught telling everyone to lie, and Barr only says it's not a crime? Wake up, America. And so, look, here's the thing about this, right? So now that William Barr is been shown as a known hack and liar, right? So now what are we going to do about it, right? If the House does not begin impeachment proceedings for William Barr first, for lying to Congress and basically playing defense to Donald Trump, and then, of course, to Trump on the litany of other crimes, then they are basically useless. And so this is why I'm not doing a ton of coverage on this today. Because if they don't actually take what they've learned here and do something about it, then these hearings are useless. Then this is just nothing more than political theater. And look, I actually like how Feinstein was kind of strong asking a question and basically, you know, when he answered it's not a crime, being a bit incredulous. Like, wait, are you saying that you could just order people to lie and not get in trouble? I liked that she was doing that. And again, I'm a critic of Dianne Feinstein. It seems she's at her most strongest when she's going after progressives. But nonetheless, I think this was actually pretty good. But the thing is, if Democrats in the House, which this happened in the Senate, if the House Democrats, including Nancy Pelosi, don't take action, then what are we here for? Then what just happened? Then why are we even wasting our time with these hearings? It doesn't make any sense, right? The whole purpose of this should be to find out whether or not Donald Trump committed a crime. And I think we know that already. Obstruction of justice. And then to act on it. Do their job and hold Trump accountable. And that right now, that power resides in the House of Representatives that is controlled by the Democrats. So the ball is basically in their court. And if they don't do anything, then a waste of time. This whole thing is a waste of time. And I would argue, would it be a bit like Republicans' Benghazi, except for one fact. That, at least in this case, there was actual crime. But if they don't treat it, and if they don't take this seriously and move for impeachment proceedings, then it's nothing more than just useless political theater. And I hope the Democrats don't go in that direction. They need to be, I know, I'm talking to the Democrats here. You need to grow a spine and do your job. Impeach Donald Trump. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent progressive media.